You ever get that feeling that the official story just isn't the whole story? You know, that there are voices and moments and truths that have just been kind of erased? Well, let's dive into that. Because today we are exploring an incredible idea: how your own memory can become a tool, even a weapon, for setting the record straight.
And this quote right here from a figure called Zoran the Dragon, it just sets the stage perfectly. See, it's not about just sitting back and accepting history as it's handed to you. No. It's about actively shaping it, becoming a visionary yourself, a documentarian of your own truth. And that is the idea we're going to unpack.
Okay, so let's start with the problem, right? Forever, history has been presented as this one single solid story. But what if that story has cracks? What if it's missing huge, essential pieces of the puzzle?
This right here is such a powerful metaphor. Think about it. The official stories, those dominant narratives, they seem so strong, so permanent, like these huge stone castles. But what if they're built on something way less stable? What if they're just waiting to crumble when challenged by the weight of real, documented, personal truth? And that brings us to the solution, to the weapon itself, the archive. But hey, we are not talking about some dusty old box in the attic. We're talking about something alive, something you can build, and something you can actually wield.
So the key here is getting what a living archive really is. It's not static. It's this dynamic, breathing story. It's a process. Every photo you snap, every voice memo you record, every little story you write down, it all becomes part of this growing, living map of cultural memory. And this comparison just nails the difference, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old way of thinking: a box of papers, a folder of files, a forgotten past. But on the other side, you have this totally new concept: a breathing story, a growing map, and get this, a mythic tool. It completely transforms documenting things from a passive chore into a real act of power. I absolutely love this imagery. It's not about hoarding gold or jewels. It's about protecting something so much more valuable: your wisdom, your experiences, your unique perspective. And the fire? Well, that's the power that truth has to just burn away all the lies and light up what's real. So we've got this powerful tool, but how does it actually work? I mean, how can a collection of your personal photos or stories really challenge a massive, established narrative? Let's break it down. Here's how it all stacks up. A living archive, it provides the counter documentation. It defends the people that an official record might have just ignored. It challenges the established stories with real, verifiable human perspectives. And over time, it can start to reveal these hidden patterns that a single news story might miss, giving credit and, a sense of permanence to those who were silenced. And ultimately, this is the bottom line. When you present actual evidence, a photo, a letter, a recorded testimony, it can't just be brushed aside. It forces a conversation. It makes people stop and look again at what they thought was a settled fact and ask, wait a minute, is that the whole story? Okay, now we get to the really exciting part, because this isn't just a cool concept. It's a call to action. It's framed here as a trial, a way for you to forge your own memory into something incredibly powerful, and it all starts with a little bit of inspiration. To really get the feel for this, just listen to the rhythm of this piece. The archive speaks. It tells the story of how truth can survive, even when someone tries to bury it deep. Here we go. They buried the truth in a box made of lies, but the archive remembered with dragon-bright eyes. It whispered in poems, it roared in a song. It said, I was here, I was right, you were wrong. It danced through the silence, it painted the past, it showed how the stories were stitched to outlast. So gather your fragments, your sparks, and your flame. The archive is rising and calling your name. So, how do you answer that call? Well, we've got a framework, a ritual, called the Dragon Trial. It's a really simple but profound guide for building your very own weapon of truth. Let's walk through it together. First up, name your archive. Give it a mythic title that feels powerful to you, something like the Library of Echoes or whatever. Second, choose your rituals. This is all about consistency. Maybe you'll write every week or record quick audio notes every day. Third, tell a hidden story. Use a few different formats: a photo, a note, maybe a short video, to reconstruct a memory that's been forgotten. And finally, challenge a castle. Find one of those official stories out there and add your own documented perspective to it. So, as we start to wrap this up, let's circle back to this central, powerful idea. This isn't just about scrapbooking, you guys. It's about recognizing that your personal story, your community's story, it has immense, world-changing power. And I want you to remember this. Your archive is active. It's a sword to cut right through the lies, it's a shield to protect memory, and it is a living flame. And you are its keeper. And that's really the question we're left with, isn't it? It's both a challenge and an invitation. The tools are in your hands, the stories are in your heart, and those castles of sand, they're just waiting. The archive is rising. What will yours say?